Hi, I'm Elaine Vickers, the author of A Beginner's Guide to Targeted Cancer Treatments and Cancer Immunotherapy. I wrote this book for people who don't have a science background, but who really do want to understand how new cancer treatments work. I have a PhD in molecular biology, and I'm passionate about explaining science and cancer treatments in a way that people can make sense of. The whole book is full of colourful illustrations that I've created to help you understand the concepts I'm describing. A beginner's guide isn't written like a traditional textbook. Instead, I write in the first person and I guide you through the science one concept at a time. I begin with what we know about cancer, why it develops, how it evolves and changes over time, and how it communicates with and takes advantage of our immune system. Then I run through all the main targeted treatments and immunotherapies. Treatments like kinase inhibitors, HER2 and EGFR inhibitors, PARP inhibitors, angiogenesis inhibitors, immune checkpoint inhibitors, vaccine treatments and CAR T-cell therapy. But I don't expect you to know beforehand what any of these words mean. I explain what a kinase is, what EGFR and HER2 are, why we use antibodies as cancer treatments, why T cells have checkpoint proteins, and why we want to block them. I don't skimp on the science, but I try to avoid using any scientific terminology without explaining it first. At the end of the book, I run through all the major cancer types and summarise which treatments are relevant for each one and why that's the case. For example, why immunotherapy mostly doesn't work against breast cancer but does against melanoma. Why we still haven't made much progress against pancreatic cancer or aggressive brain tumours, and how and why that might change. My goal was to write a book that is accessible to anyone, whether they're a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist, or someone working in a pharmaceutical company. And because I'm an independent educator with no agenda other than to educate and inform, I try my best to give a balanced view on the treatments, why they sometimes work, but why they sometimes don't. I hope this book inspires you and educates you, but that it also helps you explain these treatments to patients and have more useful and better informed conversations with your colleagues. This book has had great feedback. The first edition was highly commended by the British Medical Association Book Awards, and the second edition, with new chapters on immunotherapy, continues to receive great comments from readers around the world. I'll leave you with some of them now.